All right, now that we've made all our parts, we're going to create what are called drawing files. And these are your working files that you could actually manufacture from. So up in the File Open section, or New, we're going to go to Drawing. And the one we're going to use is called a standard IDW, which is for Inventor Drawing File. So when it opens, it's going to look like a blank page like this. You can't really see it because of my video, but it's a size D, which is a ginormous piece of paper. If you don't change that, your text is going to be really small. You won't even be able to see it, because if you were to actually print it full size, then you would see it. So the first thing we have to do is go over to Sheet 1. We're going to right click and say Edit Sheet. And we're going to change it. You see it was a 22 by 34 inch piece of paper. We're going to change it to a size A, which is a standard sheet of paper, which is 8.5 by 11. So hit OK. And now this is a title block. Title blocks are super important. We can put a lot of good information there. But right now, we would actually rather have some more space. So I'm going to click on ANSI Large and just say Delete. And then that leaves the border. And we're going to go up to Base View, and we're going to bring in our first part now. So if you click the little file with a magnifying glass in it, and I'm going to go to my desktop because I know I've got a part on there that Michael designed. There, Matthew, and we're going to open that up, and it's going to bring it in. And you get to choose what is the front view. You can make it whichever view you want. Now mine happens to say that the front view is this, and that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and go with that. So I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to bring this guy down here and put it in the bottom left corner. This is the front view, and that's what we always start with. Then you're going to go to Project, and we're going to project up to a top view, over to a right side view, and up to an isometric view. Now you don't really see the previews yet, but you will. We're going to right click and say Create. And at this point we now have our 3 view and our isometric. Now we want the isometric to be shaded because that's the drawing that most people look at first. So we'll right click on it and say Edit View. And we're going to click this little box right here that says Shaded. And it's going to go ahead and give it color when we hit OK. Now it looks nice. Now we put our dimensions on these 3 views. We never dimension the isometric. So I'm going to go up to Annotate and hit Dimension. And then we want to give it all the important dimensions without being redundant. And this is something you guys will get better at throughout the year and over your high school career. But obviously we need an overall width. And it brings in the dimension for you. All you have to do is click on the line and drag out, and it will bring in the dimension. So we have an overall width, we have an overall height. Now we also have these little stair steps. So we should say what they are. And we don't have to say all 3 of them, because if we know the overall is 2.25 and we know this is 0.75, this is 0.75, this must be 0.75. So you could put it in or not. And I'm going to do the same thing for the height. I'm going to say that's 0.75, and that's 0.75. Now the only thing we're missing at this point is the depth. We can show the depth here on the right side view, or we could show the depth here on the top view. They're exactly the same dimension, just 2 different views. You shouldn't show both, so I'm going to just right click and say OK, and I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. This is what your drawing file should look like. It should be the front, the top, the right side views, with the shaded isometric and all the dimensions you would need. Again, you don't have to be perfect, just be in the ballpark. Once you're done with this, take a screenshot of this part and put it onto the Google Doc that you linked to my site, and then do a drawing file for each of your different pieces. Once you have all your drawing files done, call me over and you get your grade check. All right, good luck.